Hi everyone, I'm Danielle Byington, and this is another video in my series Filling in Understanding. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the question who. Who is one of those one-word questions that comes from critical thinking applications, like who, what, why, those sorts of questions. So in this video, I'm going to talk about ways you might apply that, whether you're talking about forming a stronger thesis statement or an outline, or even breaking down certain things in a project like demographics. So let's talk about who and who they are. Utilizing the question who might point to persons inside or outside of your reading or project. I'm going to break this question down using civics, science, and culture. With civics, you might ask questions like, who would have been able to read this work? Who would have been prohibited from reading this work? An obvious question that students sometimes forget is, who is the author? What were the educational standards of their time? What was the political climate like in their respective time when they were writing this piece of literature that you are studying? Consider the twists and turns of religion. Who could perform in the plays? Who could write the plays? When using science, you might find yourself relying a lot on psychology. Look at where are you going? Where have you been? You might ask, who do we often assume to be the most frequent victim of serial killers? You would look at Connie as a stereotype, perhaps. You can also make this more detail specific, such as in Dulce et decorum est. Who else wrote about chlorine gas attacks? Who else has written about the trauma of warfare? Consider patterns of human behavior across time and who played a role in that. Look at Sir Philip Sidney's collection Astrophil and Stella, allegedly written for Penelope Rich. The theme of unrequited love is not just experienced by him, but some around him must have known that those were written for her, or we wouldn't have that part of the narrative to share when we talk about his biography. When using culture, you can pull from things like film, music, or popular culture in general. Who has a song that is similar to some of your poetry assigned in this class? Is Cardi B's WAP not unlike The Imperfect Enjoyment by the Earl of Rochester? Who is the intended audience for this song or poem? Of the poets we've read, dead or alive, who could you envision reading at a presidential inauguration? If the short story or play that you read were adapted to film, who would you cast to portray those characters, and who would perform on the soundtrack? These are just a few examples of how you can apply the question who to your essays or projects. Feel free to broaden these and come up with your own.